tip-off here in New Jersey. Rutgers is just a few days away from kicking off Big Ten play. That's Saturday at this building against a top 20 Indiana squad that will outsize LaSalle. The Explorers want to hit threes early and often tonight.
They like to share the basketball fast. They like to play that up-tempo pace, and they are going to be looking for that three ball. They shoot about 7.5. They make, about 7 threes a game, and so they want to look to get those open opportunities early.
Yeah, they average 28 attempts a game, three-pointers that is. So we'll see if LaSalle can knock down its threes, and we'll see if Rutgers can use its size to its advantage. A team that won the glass in the win over Lafayette by 22. And here's Kayleen Smeichel getting inside. Freshman guard Lisa Thompson lines up the three, and it's the Scarlet Knights that have the first triple of the night.
And that was a terrific read from Smeichel, getting into the lane and throwing back across her body with Thompson filling in on that. She's shooting 40% from three right now. She's got it on a roll.
Lisa Thompson making the start tonight in place of the injured Maya Petticord, the Rutgers transfer from Texas A&M, who's out with injury again. As Smeichel now comes up with his steal, 2v2, she scoops it in, and she's been involved in the first 5 points of the night.
And involved on both ends of the floor, creating that shot opportunity for her teammate and then the takeaway on the other end.
Now for both teams, turnovers have been an issue, and see if the Explorers can settle in. Here's Michaela Miller, one of the 5 transfers added to the team. She took the three, and Rutgers will get it.
And you see here, getting into the lane, throwing across her body to find Thompson for the three-point shot. I feel like she's been coming along much better as a shooter, and Smeichel out in the fast break. You see the offense and the defense beginning and ending with Kayleen Smeichel.
That's something that Rutgers has harped a lot on recently is their defense. Like LaSalle, they want to play an up-tempo brand of basketball under Coach Washington. Want to defend well as Bates gets to the rim, but couldn't convert. And LaSalle able to break some quick pressure. There's Jolene Armendariz, sharpshooter transferring in from San Francisco State. And the Explorers are 0 for 2 to start. Thompson, same spot. Too strong this time. And already track meets pace to this one. How about a try for Molly Massentino? It's off the back of the rim, and a second chance coming. Destiny Adams came in there for a tackle for loss on Jolene Armendariz.
And I think that's a perfect example on, we mentioned it, LaSalle likes to shoot a lot of threes. Rebounding here is going to be important for the Scarlet Knights. These three balls come with long rebounds. You're going to have to be able to put a body on someone and chase the ball off of the rim.
With the first Adams foul, Jillian Herder, freshman, is on the floor. Well, LaSalle not shy about their style of play under head coach Mountain McGilvery. They're going to take threes, and they're not afraid to shoot early in the shot clock if they like what they've got.
Absolutely, contested or not. Just really let them fly. That's their style.
Now late in the shot clock, Miller has to chuck it. It's an air ball. And now here's Thompson, who can get out in transition. Smeichel puts it on the deck. Left it short, and rebound secured by Massentino. Big one for LaSalle. They're coming off a loss to Virginia, a game in which they were out-rebounded badly and know they need to buckle it down. As Melius is off on three.
Well, they're definitely going to have their challenge tonight with the Scarlet Knights. They crashed the boards from the guard position and down in the lane with the forward position as well, too. So they have to make sure they get a body on them and keep them off the glass because they've been killer on second chance points lately.
Yeah, China Cornwell setting the screen, a big part of that, averaging 11 points and 9 rebounds. The board's second best in the Big Ten. And there she is inside, but misses the lay-in.
She missed that one, but it was a nice move. She had the one-on-one situation.
Armendariz, they're trying to get her going, but 0 of 2 so far. And LaSalle has missed its first 6 shots. Meanwhile, Smeichel, no, off the front of the rim. Not the Explorers' start to this game. They've taken 6 shots, all from outside the arc, and all off the rim. Now, one of the big issues, too, for the Explorers, they're playing without 3 of their front court bigs. And that includes their top scorer, a freshman by the name of Eris Mactoon. A miss there. Miller got the offensive board, couldn't stick it back in. Lid stays on. Meanwhile, Smeichel running out, got hit. And she'll work herself to the free throw line.
A nice in and out dribble from Smeichel, and you saw Antonio Bates starting the break. As soon as they get the rebound, looking for the outlet pass. They're looking for that pass out past the half-court line because they want to push the tempo. And Smeichel, I always talk about it, so good at creating her contact and getting to the free throw line.
Smeichel top 10 in the Big Ten. And how often she gets to the free throw line. 76% shooter. And averaging about 4.5 free throw attempts a game. Now really her entire game has improved a bit, as you were alluding to. One big thing, the ball handling too. She wanted to take her game to the next level after being an all Big Ten honoree last year. It seems like she's done that, even with being injured early.
Absolutely, you can see her working on the small things as well. And that's what's going to make you separate as you grow in your collegiate career, doing the little things well. You know, we know that she's a scorer, but becoming a playmaker, becoming a great defensive threat as well. We saw a little bit of that last year with the long length. So she's just really been adding to her game, and I've been impressed. Only a sophomore.
Armendariz fading away and finally hits LaSalle's first 2 points, more than 4 minutes in.
And that was a tough bucket right there. The turnaround jumper had a one-on-one situation. LaSalle finally getting one to fall.
Explorers made 3 swaps during the free throws, by the way. They will change pretty often. Early in the season, it was 5 in and 5 out, like hockey. As a shot from Cassandra Brown, the Rutgers sub is off the mark. And there go the Explorers, speeding their way into the front court.
Yeah, well, Lisa Thompson meeting the ball handler before they cross half court has definitely slowed down LaSalle just a little bit.
And a travel. Haley Childs, 6'3" freshman from the state of South Carolina, with a handoff and moved her feet.
Yeah, I think that's one of those plays she got kind of lackadaisical. She traveled, stepped back, you know, was trying to hand it off. Just got to keep your feet from moving.
A nice start for Rutgers. Defense has been strong, holding LaSalle to 1 of 9 from the floor. Antonia Bates, so one reason for that as she glides to the rim. We don't see her score much, but it looked effortless that time.
And we talk so much about, and she talks so much about, you know, not really worrying about scoring, wanting it to naturally come to her. And I think that's where she's really going to be able to elevate, being able to score a few buckets here and there, and that was a nice tick to the basket.
She's trying to again, but the veteran Masantonio comes away, Masantonio that is, comes away with a steal. And here she is, the grad student Molly Masantonio, who's averaging 3.5 assists per game. Childs, big size mismatch downstairs and takes advantage and one.
It's a nice move, caught it, kind of a bad pass, a bad angle, but still was able to bring it in.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Something interesting, too, that Rutgers head coach Coquise Washington mentioned after the Lafayette game. She said, we turned the ball over a bunch, but some of that was trying to set each other up and share the ball. Something you can fix a little bit easier, she said, than maybe careless turnovers or mindless ones.
Absolutely. Those unforced turnovers are the ones you're kind of, eyebrow raising. We need to do something better to stop those. But trying to get your teammates involved is a good sign. This is a very selfless team. They're always trying to get each other in the mix.
Speaking of, Herder set up for 3. Jillian Herder, sharp shooting to start.
Off to a hot start. 2 defenders running at her, but I love the confidence of knocking it down. She is a three-point threat wherever she is out there on the floor.
And now Herder commits the foul, trying to keep Bolden in front.
I think that also shows how quickly she can get that shot off, too. 2 defenders running out at her, just in rhythm, 2 steps, made up in her mind that she was going to get that shot off. Terrific shot.
Crossover from Turco, short-armed it, and Smeichel got hit over the hands.
And I think another way the Explorers are trying to combat the length is after Rutgers get these rebounds, they're trying to stick their hand in, get a steal, kind of make up for it and pick up a cheap foul there. But if you're Rutgers, got to be strong with the basketball. Can't be too lackadaisical. Make sure they don't reach in and knock it away.
Well, LaSalle has won the board so far, +2 in that department. But Rutgers' 6-point lead and final chance of the first period. Schmeichel evades one. Back of the rim. Adams can't put it back. Now Rutgers, the hot start. LaSalle roars back, but in the end, Scarlet Knights hit 3 threes. It's all the freshmen there. Thompson, Schmeichel got involved, and Jillian Herder hit a couple as well. And that's the reason why the Scarlet Knights lead by 6 after the opening 10 minutes. His style of play, up-tempo, hit a lot of threes, move quickly like this. But 10 additions, it's taken a little bit for the Explorers to figure out where everybody is and how to play together on the floor.
Well, you definitely see they have some fight in them, and Jaycock putting that back in. But yeah, figuring out what mix works for you is a difficult thing to do. But what's working right now for Herder is the three-point shot.
If there is a night to shoot threes quite well where you're going to get a ton of chances, tonight is the night for Jillian Herder. 9 points, 3 of 3 from deep.
And I say keep giving it to her. She lighting them up right now, contested or not.
Melius around the corner and missed it. Star product of Staten Island, scoreless so far. Adams got ahead of the pack and fouled, but before the shot. Another look at Jillian Herder. You mentioned the quick trigger. I mean, it is set and shoot in an instant.
And that was a nice screen there from Cornwell as well to free her up. But yeah, she's letting it fly quickly right now, having a nice game, and her teammates being able to find her, knowing that she's got the hot hand. That's great recognition.
You saw Coquise Washington too point towards the defensive end with Herder. Last couple of games, Rutgers' defensive effort has been quite strong, trying to lock that in before they take on a Hoosiers team. Mentioned Indiana coming up on Saturday, before they play them in a game where the defense will have to be locked in. And you see why we are paused here. Mountain McGilvery voicing his discontent to Felicia Grinter, head of our officiating crew tonight. Bates inbounding, finds Thompson, who got whacked over the hands. No, all ball, wow. That was Amber Bullard down there, another freshman center, 6'2", who came up with a block. And for Schmeichel, more room for her this time, and she swishes it. And Kayleen Schmeichel's got 8 points.
And the execution on the inbound, great job and a great pass, getting it quick out to Schmeichel. And I've been saying it all season long, that mid-range shot is definitely something that she's been working on this season, added part to her game. She knocks it down.
Largest lead of the night for the Scarlet Knights. Melius, the long 2. And toes were on the arc as Adams comes down with it. Schmeichel, again, trying to get ahead of the pack. And gets her own miss. Through a crowd, got blocked. And now LaSalle headed the other way as Bates picks up the ticky-tack foul. A foul on Bates, her first. Rutgers first of the period. And now Adams swoops in for the steal. Massantonio can't take it away, and Adams gives the Scarlet Knights a double-digit lead.
And a nice defense there. Again, the length bothersome to the Explorers right now. You can't be too lazy with the pass. Rutgers shooting the passing lane, and Adams, great job with that.
Good look downstairs for Massantonio, but she's blocked, and there's the putback from Bullard. LaSalle holding its own on the glass.
A nice second effort from Bullard coming over after the block shot. But Adams here just shooting the passing lane. We talk about that man-to-man defense. That's the aggressive man that Rutgers wants to play above the free throw line so they can get those steals and get off and running.
We talked about her teammate Haley Childs a moment ago. Amber Bullard, another freshman forward, having to grow up quickly. Averaging just 2 points and 2 rebounds a game. And starting tonight as Thompson strokes the 10-footer.
And that's a nice part of her game as well, too. She has such a nice-looking shot. Just really two-step, got in rhythm out on the fast break. Some coaches don't like the pull-up, stop and pop on the fast break. I've always been a fan.
Worked for the freshman. She got 5 points. cut for Armendariz, who dribbles and scores. And now LaSalle a few times has run actions toward the rim.
Yeah, now 8 points in the paint, hanging right with Rutgers, who has 10. Been looking to execute. The three ball wasn't consistently falling for them, so I think it's a nice adjustment.
Smichael shooting over the zone, and that is a zone buster, a three.
Rutgers really knocking down the three ball much better this game, and that's a good sign because teams are going to give it to them. They're going to dare them to shoot the basketball. They like to go in the paint, so it's a nice job of taking their time on these threes and knocking them down.
Now the reason why Rutgers as a team shoots the three 31%, but not tonight with Smichael and Herder and co.
Yeah, they've been having some good looks and even some contested looks. I like the confidence, knowing that they can shoot and knock it down. Just need the consistency as the season goes along, and right now just a hot start, 55% from the three-point line.
Well, that foul was on Lisa Thompson, and so Rutgers freshman goes to the bench. Here's Michaela Miller, third on the team, averaging 10.5 points. I want to get her going, number 13. Same story for Nicole Melius, second on the team, averaging nearly 11 points. Neither of them have scored yet. Can Melius break it? Not there. And Herder bobbled it out of play. LaSalle fortunate to get another possession.
Nice defense there, and I thought it was a great kick, attacking the lane and finding the shooter. But again, three-point shot hasn't been consistent for the Explorers, 22% right now. But that's a wide open one. Gotta knock it down.
Oh, we're headed the other way. Offensive foul.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
And a miscommunication there on the slip to the basket. There's got to be help side rotated over. The ball was over there for well long enough for the back defensive player to shuffle over.
Tons of room for Antonia Bates. Just because she doesn't score doesn't mean she can't score.
You know, I think she was being a little slick. She was trying to put it out there. You know, I'm not looking for my shot, and so these teams don't guard her aggressively because now she's looking for it.
Molly Massantonio, 2 more points for the point guard. She's got 4. On a night where LaSalle is struggling with the three ball, at least so far, 3 of 11. Doing a decent job getting inside the arc.
LaSalle been hanging around, being able to knock down a couple of layups to stay in this game.
Back into Cornwell, missed it. Rutgers trying to go after Childs, playing with those 2 fouls. She finds Melius, who missed the lay-in. Childs, for all the scoring, dishing it out too. Now Herder exploding, almost lost it. Can she hit another? Yes, she can! One of those nights for Jillian Herder.
Certainly one of those nights, bouncing around the rim and then finally falls. You can tell she's feeling it. As soon as she caught it, just let it fly.
The 4th 3 of the night for Jillian Herder. Perfect 4 of 4. And Rutgers now enjoys the 13-point lead. And Armendariz answers. First 3 for her tonight.
Now the Explorers finally playing their game, but I think it's opened up so much more now that they're looking for these backdoor cuts. They can find the three-point shooters, and in rhythm, knocks it down.
Big couple of minutes here for LaSalle as they try to stay connected in this game before halftime. Smichael off the screen, scoops in 2. Kayleen Smichael is a smooth operator.
Challenging the body of Childs, taking it right to the chest of her defender.
LaSalle skips it around. Extra pass for Melius. She got the 3. Second 3 for Nicole Melius tonight, as again the Explorers keep pace.
And the Explorers, one of those dangerous teams, like we mentioned. They look for the 3 ball a lot, but once they start hitting it, it opens up so many things because now they've been able to get points in the paint, not expecting them to be able to knock down the 3 ball, and so far just shooting it much better in the second quarter.
Adams curling, couldn't score it. Armendariz, no. But the long rebound you were talking about, Melius from the parking lot couldn't connect. And now Bates finally corrals it. And she pushes. LaSalle with the deflection, and there's Melius again, powering forward. 1v1, got stopped and traveled.
That's great defense from Herder, shuffling over to keep her from having a clear path to the lane because Scarlet Knights were jogging back after that turnover. She was in a situation where she was all by herself, but Kayleen Smichael trying to rally this offense so they can get in a rhythm. LaSalle has the answer, not going anywhere.
You saw Mountain McGillivray was protesting for the foul there as Melius got stopped. Cassandra Brown back on the floor. Bates, no look for Brown. Blocked, but fouled. Antonia Bates has found that no-look connection with KB in particular.
Yeah, that's becoming her signature. Just controlled, coming off the screen, getting into the lane, and then finds Cassandra Brown with the opening. Just a great facilitator.
Foul, by the way, is on Amber Bullard. So both of LaSalle's freshman bigs have 2 fouls. Bullard and Childs. Something to watch in the second half. And Brown got them both. Rutgers 9 of 10 from the free throw line, coming off their worst free throw performance of the season. Last time out against Lafayette, 46% in that one. Meanwhile, LaSalle can hold for one. Question is, will they? Macedonia, under 10. Herder all over her. Now with 3. Shares, Bolden, no. And that is how the first half comes to a close. Now here tonight, her Scarlet Knights are trying to go above 500. Rutgers with a win would be 6-5 and would have a 3-game winning streak. See if they can do that. Lisa Thompson back on the floor after 2 early fouls in the first half. There's China Cornwell on the offensive glass, and once again, she is cleaning up the mess.
Nice rebound. Snagging it away, just going up strong, taking the contact. I said Cornwell's been so consistent this season, and she just bangs the boards hard every single time.
And converts the 3-point play. That's a big way for Rutgers to come out of the break. Especially because LaSalle, we kept saying it, was hanging around late in that first half because the 3-ball was finally going in.
Yeah, they finally been able to execute their offense. We saw the back cut screen also work for them as well. And once that started, you know, putting Rutgers on high alert that they wanted the backdoor cut, more threes were opening up for them. They were able to get that ball moving and knock it down. So I think they're looking much better offensively.
Catch and shoot for Armendaris, and she rattles it in. She got hot late in the first half, now 9 points.
And 9 points already. She's shooting it really well. We've seen the mid-range. She's knocked down a 3 as well.
Bates got trapped, and then Adams was fouled.
See the trap come over here, and then Adams able to pick that up. But yeah, clear foul there. It's a little too aggressive trying to get that ball.
And that's on Armendaris, her second. Smichael got in the paint and couldn't convert. And there goes LaSalle speeding ahead with Amber Bullard ahead of the pack, but got stuck under the rim, and Macedonia couldn't hit it. Rutgers wanted to travel on Bullard too. Now Miller stumbles, out of control. 3-on-1 for Rutgers, and great defense from the veteran Macedonia.
Been able to get back and stop that fast break. You thought it was going to be a 2-on-1 situation. A little out of control here with Miller, and then Smichael. Kick ball here for Macedonia.
Smichael catch and shoot, no. And last touch by Armendaris. Wow. Mountain McGillivray, the head coach of LaSalle, was not happy with the officials in the first half, and now he is once again red hot. Alicia Grinter, Mark Resch, and Laura Nimera are 3 officials tonight. Herder stops at the free throw line. Now Adams drives, and a late whistle, she's fouled.
Well, Rutgers has to be a little bit careful here with the spacing, after that initial drive. Herder going to the basket, then kicking it out to Adams. Had to hurry up and get out of there. But a lot of situations where they make that pass and they're having to score over 2 defenders. Got to get a little bit more ball movement, but Adams earns a trip to the free throw line.
And another reaction that tells the story of the 6th-year LaSalle head coach. Foul, by the way, is on Amber Bullard, her 3rd. Told you to start the night that LaSalle is playing without 3 of its forwards, all of them 6-footers. And so the 2 they're leaning on, Amber Bullard and Haley Childs, both freshman centers, both in foul trouble. As Cornwell grabs the missed free throw, another putback, no, and finally Bullard playing with the 3 fouls, able to clear. Armendariz trying to keep it going. Not there. Oh, and Bullard just picked up her 4th with a little something extra for Antonia Bates. Temperature rising inside Jersey Mike's arena.
And if you're Bullard, you can't put yourself in that situation already with 3 fouls. Just got to get back on defense here. And like you said, the temper's kind of flaring here. A lot of contact after that rebound. But now she has to go to the bench.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Trying to build off her campaign last year where she was named 2nd team All Big Ten. Last year averaged more than 17 points a game, and right in that same realm this year. And with Big Ten play around the corner, Dominique, we'll see what Smichael can do against the best of the best in the country.
Yeah, we got a taste of that last year. Just rose to the occasion. Any opportunity presented itself, and she played with a lot of poise last year as a freshman, and to see her carry that over into her sophomore year is definitely going to be rewarding for the Scarlet Knights. But you got to know, all the teams are going to throw the best defenders at her. They're going to not let her beat them. So, where she's going to add to her game is figuring out different ways to score and finding those opportunities.
LaSalle foul. Gabby Turco gets hit. Haven't seen the Explorers get to the line much tonight.
Yeah, at first, in the first half, they were looking to get the points in the paint. Then I felt like they got in the old habit of kind of settling for the 3-point shot here. But Turco doing a nice job getting to the basket. Maybe see the ball go in, make some free throws. This game isn't totally out of reach. You cut it down to 10 going into the 4th quarter. You never know what can happen.
Yeah, true. It's a good point for a LaSalle team that has in each of its last 3 games hit double-digit threes. So far tonight, they are shooting 25% from long range, 5 of 20, which is just not the mark that they have to be at, especially in a game like this on the road at a power conference team.
Yeah, absolutely, and trying to take that experience of those tough opponents they played earlier in tonight, but we've seen the resilience, we've seen them battle it out, so they're going to try to continue to play a full game, but Bullard going to the bench in that foul trouble, they're definitely going to feel that.
And now neither of the freshman centers are on the floor. Armendariz is the biggest big, and she wins the battle at 6 feet tall.
And got a block shot there, tip that from Cassandra Brown.
Macedonia evades Bates, but got blocked from behind. And now we've got a tie-up that will keep it with LaSalle.
Jump ball. Possession error.
Armendariz doing everything right now. Crashing in on the second effort. Take it away from Antonia Bates. And you saw her with the block on the other end as well. She's had some good minutes tonight. 6 points right now, 2 rebounds.
They really did. I went down to the game versus
And there's Lafayette coming up with his steal, but Bolden poked it away, and now Smichael's got it back. On the hot potato, Smichael wins free throws.
See here here. The ball moving around everywhere. Smeichel in the second effort trying to split the defenders. It looked like it was close, but it looked like she was moving at the last minute trying to get that position on Smeichel.
Bolden right by the restricted area. And now Bolden has 3 fouls. So 2 more free throws for Kayleen Smeichel. Talked earlier about how she gets to the free throw line all the time. Finished last year 3rd in Rutgers single season history in free throws. And misses for the first time tonight. I missed them both. A rare sight. And LaSalle trying to capitalize, powering ahead. Feed for Turco. Got it. Gabby Turco knocks down her first 3 of the night. And LaSalle is back within 15.
It's a nice ball movement there, moving at pace. When they're playing that up-tempo style, 2 passes looking for a shot, that's their rhythm there, and it was a good one.
Erica Lafayette curling off the screen hard, and that is textbook offense from Erica Lafayette.
And she loves that mid-range shot. You're right, she comes off the screen here, gets to the free throw line.
Bolden behind the screen, no. And now Smeichel wants to come away with it. Now Rutgers starting to do those little things right these last couple of games. Talked about how they want to improve their man defense, want to earn some more steals, want to share the game better. As Bates drives and missed it. And Brown sticks it back in. Coming off screens, offensive rebounding. This stretch has been Rutgers' best of the season.
Yeah, they've been doing a nice job. We got 12 offensive boards here. It's a hard foul there on the other end. But the second effort from Rutgers has been nice to see. Relentless on the boards with 12 second chance points, and Cassandra Brown crashing hard and finishing it.
You mentioned that Brown had her best game of the season last time out against Lafayette. 7 points, 10 boards. More points tonight for the super senior. And this, speaking of sights, is a great sight. Michaela Miller is back on the court and misses the free throw. Earlier in this period, Miller went off with what looked like a bump to the head. Looked like she dropped to the floor. It's a little doozy, at least it appeared from our broadcast perch as she came off the court. Good enough. She hits the second free throw.
And she looks to be moving well, but you know, you saw in that replay, it almost looked like a really scary sight because she dropped to the ground after getting hit in the head, but nice to see her out there on the floor.
Somebody who we mentioned is 3rd on the team in scoring. One of the most efficient shooters on the team, and now locking in to defend Kayleen Smeichel. Brown feeds Adams. Second try, that goes. Rutgers never gives up on its own misses.
If they missed the shot, they're banging again, trying to get that next board. And Adams knew she missed that one, kind of a pass to herself on the other side of the glass. But terrific ball movement out of the trap against LaSalle's defense.
Miller hesitates. Now jumper won't fall. Almost been an off night for her. And Thompson gets away. Behind the back. Oh, that's nifty.
Ooh, that was sweet right there.
Lisa Thompson building a highlight reel tonight.
Man, she's smooth.
Maybe some more energy for the freshman guard, locking in defensively. Shot clock at 5. Here's Melius. Calls her own number, got blocked. 3 Scarlet Knights waiting for her. And that lead pass finds Smeichel. Rutgers running and gunning. Scarlet Knights are getting whatever they want in the fast break now.
And definitely stopping the LaSalle, keeping them out of the paint, being able to get a turnover and capitalize on it, some instant offense.
And that's instant offense too for Nicole Melius. Hits her 3rd 3 and a timeout from Mountain McGilvery.
More pains for the freshman, but I think that Thompson has been doing a nice job just rising to the occasion and running this team.
Adams streaking ahead for Brown, and it's not a fast break technically, but it acts like one for Rutgers.
Exactly, 23 fast break points, but I mean, nobody's stopping the basketball. They've just been getting the easy passes around the perimeter, and then when they get in the lane, they've been unstoppable.
Shot clock off. As Antonio shares, Miller. Was it deflected? Yes. And so LaSalle keeps it with 1.8. Rutgers trying to close out this big quarter strong. Quick in for Armendariz. It was tipped. And the Scarlet Knights head to the fourth.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
What was going on the floor, but it's clear that she believed in Coach Washington, chose to return, and just believes in the culture that's being established here at the Scarlet Knights. And so far, she's starting off having a great year.
Erica Lafayette, another one of those members of year one under Washington. Story of the year, looking for progression, not perfection, says the Rutgers head coach. And so far, we've seen some progress for sure. Adams, that's a tie-up, and LaSalle will get it back. Some more of the progress for Rutgers. This is a number that we don't see them get to often. 85 points, but still tons of time left in this game.
Well, I thought they've been doing a great job sharing the basketball, and just the assist right now at 18. Just really looking for their teammates here and been scoring at a high level and a high pace, and that's exactly what Coach Washington wants for her team.
Amber Bullard back on the floor, hobbled by foul trouble tonight, and she'll get some free throws of her own.
And another good sign, 23 of those fast break points for Rutgers too. Been able to really play their game, that up-tempo, getting stops on defense, that's where it starts. And I know that that's a great sign for Coach Washington, seeing her team being able to score at a high level right here.
Now, shooting percentages have been quite good for Rutgers tonight. Meanwhile, Bullard got 1 of 2. Some growing pains tonight, I think, for the 2 freshman centers for LaSalle. Really these last couple of days with this swing that the Explorers are in.
It's just all part of the process. You got to learn, go through those growing pains. Erica Lafayette pointing over to the bench, knocking down the 3 ball. She's having a great game.
Well, I've seen some times this year where Erica Lafayette is a part of Rutgers' bench mob, but this time her teammates able to celebrate her. She had a nice quarter. 10 points all of a sudden for Erica Lafayette.
Nice burst of energy, like we said, off the bench. And the knockdown 3 right here, calling all shooters. Looking to the bench. It's a knockdown 3.
8 of the 10 points for Lafayette have come in this 4th quarter. And here's Julie Jaycott at the line after the foul. I mentioned Rutgers' shooting numbers have been great. 52% from the floor, 47% from deep, and 71 at the stripe. It's getting close to the 50-40-90 that you always target.
Wow, and you know what? Another thing worth mentioning, only 7 turnovers. Not turning the basketball over has been giving them the opportunity to put up 88 points with 5 minutes to go on the floor.
Herder, big night for her. Adams spinning away from contact. Big night for everybody. Adams got a double-double tonight.
It's a nice move down there. She's been really working on her post moves, you can tell. Easy spin move. And like you said, just an all-around impressive offensive game for the Scarlet Knights.
Emma Egan stepping her way into the and one. There have been some plays on both sides tonight that just make your jaw drop. And Emma Egan will go to the line to complete the three-point play. This is the sort of basketball that she wants to play, and she has got her Scarlet Knights running and gunning, and most importantly, scoring.
And one thing that she has been saying, that progression has been showing very early on in the season. Thought that, every single game they've been growing on the offensive end and the defensive. They've been trying different man-to-mans, but putting up 90 points here tonight for the Scarlet Knights, she has got to be impressed. So impressed, she even sat down right now.
The head coach can sit back and relax and, dare I say, enjoy the final 440 of this one. That's the other thing, too. Rutgers with a chance to crack 100 tonight. Now, no doubt one help has been LaSalle's pace of play. They are even faster than Rutgers, but 5 different Scarlet Knights are in double figures, and only 8 of them have played.
And that just shows the versatility of this team. Each player out there being able to dish, score the basketball.
Now they're going to get Cassandra Brown for the foul, going over the back. During the timeout, it was announced to the crowd that Brown had scored her 1,000th career point, and that's actually her 5th foul, so she'll get one more round of applause from the Jersey Mike's Arena faithful, checking out with her first double-digit day of the season. 12 points, 6 rebounds. And with Rutgers over the limit, Julie Jaycott will shoot 2 free throws. Now going back to Rutgers' 90-point night under Coquise Washington, we've said it a few times since Washington got to Rutgers. This is the sort of basketball that her Big Ten champion teams at Penn State played. They scored a ton of points, too.
Yeah, that's what she likes. She likes to push the pace. A point guard, a shorter point guard at that. They like to get up and down the floor. And that's something that she's trying to build upon here at Rutgers.
And Lisa Thompson swirls in, too. She is the 6th Scarlet Knight in double digits with 10. Herder another, most of them early. What a pass! And Adams completes it. How did Herder fit that ball in?
4 assists now for Herder. Just dribbles it high, but drops it right in to Adams. He was expecting it. And it's worth noting that the forwards now are expecting these little drop-in passes from their guards. That shows that chemistry is developing as the season goes on, and Herder fired up.
Lillian Herder tonight, 16 points, career high, plus 4 assists, also an early career best. As Adams knocks it in, and she's got 17 points, plus 10 rebounds. Banner night for everybody wearing a Rutgers uniform tonight. And Lisa Thompson, this has probably got to be rewarding too as a coach. Your freshman guard in the final 4 minutes of a blowout win, still locked in on defense.
Yeah, she better be. You can't stop playing until the end of the game.
As Fiona Connolly missed the 3. And now Julie Jaycott controlling for LaSalle. Childs mid-range, no. And Lafayette came in from behind. So she commits the foul.
And the air ball there looked like a timeout, but Erica Lafayette going for the basketball around the neck of Egan. It's a bit too much on that play, but I don't think it was any malicious intent. I think she was just going for the basketball. It's a weird bounce, came off the rim.
Two at the line here for Emma Egan. Mentioned how LaSalle has had a busy little stretch here. It's not going to get any easier. They have another game on a one-day prep after this. They'll play Thursday at Lehigh at 7 o'clock. So it winds up being 3 games in 5 days.
Well, their legs are definitely getting put to the test on this stretch this week.
That's for sure. Unfortunately for them, they'll get a week and a half off after that, with A10 play starting right at the end of the calendar year. Connolly evades Thompson and gets hit. Really, that is the story of this early portion of the season, though, right? I mean, think about Rutgers, too. This is game number 11 for the Scarlet Knights, who aren't even a full month beyond opening day.
I know, they really brought the experience, and they're playing a team tonight that has played 7 games. You know, now they're going on this stretch, but 11 games is a lot on their legs. You have to stay conditioned, stay poised, and right now they just look like they haven't missed a beat, still playing that up-tempo like we mentioned, and have put up 95 points.
So we'll see if Rutgers can crack 100 as we hit the final 3 minutes. In a ball game in which LaSalle hung in early, had a lead midway through the first period. Rutgers offense too much to handle tonight. Jillian Herder hit some big threes early, and really across the team as Rutgers has gotten out and run, especially in the second half. Scarlet Knights have blown the game open. Rutgers outscoring LaSalle in all 4 quarters, which is something you rarely see, even in one-sided wins.
I know. They're just rolling right now, and they're just looking a lot more comfortable within their offense, making those quick reads and getting exactly what they want.
And an opportunity for Rutgers to get third walk-on Kennedy Brandt onto the floor for her 5th career appearance. As Bates checks out. Another Antonia Bates kind of line tonight. 4 points, but 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Deflected, it'll stay with Rutgers. Now talking about what LaSalle has up next. For Rutgers, we mentioned it right at the start of the game. Scarlet Knights, after this, will open up Big Ten play Saturday against 16th ranked Indiana here at Jersey Mike's Arena. The game at 4 o'clock on the Big Ten Network. But that kicks off a stretch of 3 games in a week and a half against teams that have been in the top 25 already this year, with Princeton and Virginia Tech to follow.
And we know that the Big Ten is a very tough conference, and playing teams like Princeton will definitely prepare them for that moment.
And Princeton, a team that Rutgers will have to travel to. It's a week from tomorrow. And then Sunday the 17th, it's Virginia Tech here at home, a team that went to the Final Four last year for the first time in that program's history. So Rutgers will certainly figure out some more about itself between now and the next 2 weeks. We get a timeout. I think the shot clock didn't start.
You know, playing competition like that only makes you better for when you get further down into the season. You roll with the stumbles and the bumbles, and you kind of figure it out. We saw them play some really great teams in Texas Tech and Boise State as well too, and really battled, competed. Didn't have Maya Petticourt, was out with an injury. They just kind of figured it out and stayed within the game. But I think those tough opponents really show what you're capable of. You kind of rise to the occasion or you fold. And I think that, you know, Rutgers has the potential to really battle it out.
The 9 turnovers tonight is by far the best that Rutgers has had this season. And so Tiara Bolden is going to the free throw line here. We are all confused, that is. So maybe let's call it 4.5 fouls and put the game in the books. I think that's what the agreement on the court was. Bolden misses the second, and Cornwell's got it, with Rutgers in front big time and 75 seconds to go. Now Rutgers would love to get Brandt a look, something like this. Oh, she comes up short. Brandt scored her first career point last time out in the win over Lafayette. Hasn't hit a field goal yet. Really got one. Really, though, everybody for Rutgers that got on the floor starred. They're going to have to dig into the books to figure out the last time the Scarlet Knights had 6 players in double figures. And Brandt will try to score again tonight as she got fouled.
Just so many positives to take away from this game. And I think that the biggest thing you take from it is that we can score this many amount of points. I mean, putting up 96 points is no easy thing to do against aggressive defense in LaSalle. But their IQ was high. They knew what shots they were looking for, and they executed.
Well, we started this run of 3 straight Big Ten Plus broadcasts of Rutgers women's basketball saying this was the Scarlet Knights' opportunity to get right, coming off the 3 straight losses, including the 2 against Vegas. As Brant hits them both, the bench loves it. I think it's fair to say Rutgers has gotten right going into this difficult stretch next.
I think that they've worked on the things that they need to fine-tune. Coach Washington's been very open about that. Some spurts of playing well, spurts of playing bad, and tonight just been a really complete game for them on both ends of the floor.
That'll run out of play, and it will be Rutgers basketball, 21 seconds, shot clock off. I don't know if Rutgers will take one more shot. Coquise Washington telling her freshman guard not to. Lisa Thompson asking, should I? What do you think? Rutgers will dribble it out. Won't be 100 for Rutgers, but they get close.
Coach Washington saying no.
Most points Rutgers has scored under Coquise Washington. 6 in double figures, all smiles on that Rutgers bench tonight.